I grew up in a very religious household. My parents despise anything that has to do with the occult, ghosts, demons, witches, psychics, time traveling, and so much more. Ever since I was young, my parents have told me these sins that I should avoid doing in my everyday life. Having gay friends, missing church, believing in paranormal things, researching cults, having a phone at 16 or below 16, watching videos with or looking at anything that has to do with the Illuminati, staying up past 6 o'clock, and a whole lot more. I wasn't really allowed to do anything in my life. Whenever I made friends, I found out they were gay, or they didn't go to church because their family didn't have a car or any way to get there, or they were a strong believer in paranormal things, or they researched on cults, or any of the sins my parents told me to stay away from. I wasn't allowed to be with those people, so I didn't have many friends. I began avoiding my friends because my parents told me to. Then those people started to bully me. I was very hurt when they started to bully me, but I brought it on myself. I stopped talking to anyone in school. This went on until 7th grade. I met a girl named Midori Gurin. Me and her were acquaintances, but she considered us to be friends. I tried my best to avoid her, be mean to her, and just give her the silent treatment. But no matter what I did, she always spoke to me. She was almost never seen away from me, which really made me worry. What if my parents found out about her? Midori was conforming to a few of the sins my parents didn't want me conforming to. She had a phone and she was below 16. She was friends with a lot of gay people. She believed in paranormal things. She stayed up past 6 o'clock. I didn't hate Midori. She was really nice to everyone. She always stuck up for me when people were mean to me. She told me I could do anything I wanted as long as I wasn't hurting anyone. Then I got curious and I asked her if me and her could spend our lunch period looking at demonology, ghosts, or anything paranormal. And we did. I was interested in it. Me and her did that every day during lunch. Then one day, Midori bought me my own phone. I never asked for it. I never even thought about it. But I still kept it. I think the reason she wanted me to have my own phone was because she had a boyfriend now. And he would text her during lunch, so she didn't want me to see the texts. There was something about her boyfriend I didn't like. He didn't really seem to like her. He always went to hang out with another girl during lunch. But that's none of my business. I never told my parents about my phone. I always used it at home after 6 o'clock when my parents went to sleep. I watched ghost videos. I looked more into demons, cults. I even found my way into the deep web. I was so fascinated by these things. But I never told anyone that. Then came my freshman year of high school. On my second day, I met a boy named Budo. We quickly became good friends. Budo told me he had really bad anger issues, and so he was gonna start a martial arts club when he was in his sophomore year. And he did. During my sophomore year, I met a boy named Shin. He was easily trusting, and he also believed in the paranormal. Then I met his friends, and we all became friends. We talked about paranormal activity, demons, witches, and then I had an idea on starting an occult club. We asked the counselor, and she said we could. So she got us an empty room and let us decorate it, and we all started an occult club. Nobody else was really interested in it, but that was fine. Then, my senior year came. Throughout the years, my parents suspected that I was unholy. My skin had become a lot paler. I started conforming to all the sins they had told me, except the one about missing church, but everything else wasn't really a sin. My hair was always a complete mess, but I liked the way it looked, so I kept it that way. I still tend to my hair, but I never wear it neatly. Not anymore, anyway. One day, I went shopping with Midori. She bought green stockings and a green phone case. I got light blue-gray spiderweb stockings and fingerless gloves with the same design the stockings had. My parents said they were satanic, but I didn't think that. One day, I was at school and walked through the hallway, and then I ran into a boy. He apologized multiple times, and of course, I forgave him. He told me his name was Taro Yamada. I really liked him. He seemed really pure. Maybe even pure enough to attract a demon. After that thought came through my head, days later, 2 sisters transferred to the school, Inkubasu and Sakubasu. I got strange vibes from them. I suspected Saku to be a succubus, and Inku to be a vampire. I watch them every day during lunch now. I have been labeled as a stalker, but I never really cared about that. All I cared about was the paranormal and things out of the ordinary. But ever since that day, I can't stop thinking about that boy. I think he might have cast a hex on me.